can't cheer you, I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Great, the hotel couldn't cheer you, so one more time. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, and thank you for coming in for this session. So what's this all about? Well, today I'm going to tell you a story. It's a story not as powerful, of course, as what you heard at this time yesterday. But it's a story of what happened with our region, what happened with us, what happens to us as directors, as executive directors. And at some point of time, you might identify with what's happening with you through this story. And I hope I'll be able to get you some ideas where you would be able to change the way you think with how you work on your region, in your region, right? So I'm going to talk about the fourth P of passion, people, and process. So what do you think is going to be the fourth P?
Pune.
Pune. Okay, so a lot of you have thought of it already. So I'm going to go, how many of you seen movies? The movies start with a flashback. The guy's many years old. How many of you seen movies like that? Right? So I'm going to go back into flashback. And this flashback starts around 2014, the international conference. And I'd just come out of the awards night. And I saw there was the #1 region in the world, and then there was the top 10 regions in the world, and they were doing this and they did that. And I come out of the room because I wanted to call my partner Atul, who unfortunately had to leave today. And so I see, as soon as I step out of the door, I see Ivan standing over there. And when Dr. Ivan Meisner is standing right in front of you, you get a chance to go talk to him. There's nobody else around. So I went and said hello and hi, and I don't know what happened to me. Maybe I was drunk with all the sessions or all the awards that I didn't receive. And I went up and said, guess what? I'm going to be the #1 region in the world the next year. And what do you think Ivan said? Who are you? Okay? And that's what I said, I'm Bharat, Daga, I'm from the Pune East region. And then I called my partner and said, guess what I've done? I'm so sorry. I've just told Ivan we're going to be the #1 region in the world in the next year. How do we do it? He said, okay, come back, we'll talk about it. And that's how it started. Well, what did we do? We were in the top 10 regions in the world for about 47 months. We've been the top 10 region in the world recognition for 2015. The next year we couldn't hit #1, but we've been in the top 10 regions in 2015 and 2017. We were the #1 region in the world for 23 months. Woo! And we were the #1 region in the world in 2016. Now this is all the fun part, the good part of the story, but I'm not here on stage for this. I'm on here for stage for what happened after that. And after that, I don't know what started happening. Oh yeah, before I do that, let me show you the good photographs over there. Okay? These are all the good photographs, all of us with the trophies and all. And guess what? In Poland, we had someone photobombing us. Okay? And it was like, yeah, we're doing right, we're doing all right. And then, we don't know what started happening. And at one point of time, when we started looking at what were we doing, whether we were being able to make a difference, really do something, this is what we were at. So around August 2021, when we were taking stock, we had a negative growth through launch. Actually, if you think about it, we hadn't launched any chapter in the whole year, not one. Okay? We had the negative growth through fill. So members were leaving us, obviously because our retention ratios were nothing very exciting. We had a first year retention of 43.3% and an overall retention of only 66% at that point of time. And in the 3+1 traffic lights, we were only at 45 points, which basically got us to about a 352. In fact, we slid further, we have been to 376 in the world traffic lights. Now, as some of you would have imagined, that was a huge shock for us. And especially when you're doing well, and when you start looking at what's happening, and you suddenly realize, something's not working out for me right now. That's when it bothers you the most. And we were wondering, what do we do? At one point of time, I was thinking, maybe I'm not good enough for BNI anymore. I'm not being able to get the results. I'm not being able to help the members. So where am I at? Now tell me honestly, I'm not going to ask you to raise hands, but think about it in yourself. A lot of us in the room have felt like that. Would you agree? And some of us are still doing so. And that's the reason I wanted to come and present on stage today. Because at that time, you really don't know what to do. Because you have to have dual personalities. You're not feeling too good in yourself. But when you step out in front of your members, you've got to be the person over there. Would you agree? Executive directors and directors in the room, right? And it's like you're living a life of a schizophrenic, if not that, at least a bipolar person who's thinking something different and showing something different. Am I getting through to you? And that's when you start wondering, what do you do? What should I do? And where does it work? Well, what's the first thing we start doing? The first thing we start doing is something that I did best. It's not me. You know, times have changed. It's COVID that's made all the difference. You know, the members have changed. The members' needs have changed. They don't need BNI maybe anymore. You know, and the worst thing, the most heard thing that I have heard, BNI has changed. Okay? Yeah, I know a lot of you have just started thinking of and we went down that road. And that's when we realized that either we could keep living in the memories of the past, or we could start thinking about the vision of the future. We couldn't be at both places at the same time. And that's when we thought that, yes, so what do we do about it? We said that, you know, this is not going to work the way we are working. We need to change. We need to do something different. And so the first thing we realized was, let's go back to our roots. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard about passion, people, process. Have you? How many of you have heard about passion, people, process? Okay, some of you. For the ones who haven't, let me tell you. So when we start our business, we have a lot of passion. You want to do something in your business, am I right? Yes? So you start with a lot of passion. Every entrepreneur starts with a lot of passion. But after that, you realize that you can't do it alone when your business grows to a certain level. So you start getting other people into your business. To a certain level, you can get people actually, you know, inspired that they feel they want to work like you. But at one point of time, your business grows beyond that, and then you need to put processes in place so that when you hire more people, they're going to work. This applies for every business. This applies for BNI especially. Thank you to Michael Mayer and Harold who gave us this idea of passion, people, process. And when we thought about it, and when we started looking at our track record, well, we had the passion. We thought we had the people, and we were following the processes. India is known for the processes that we follow. So what wasn't working out? And that's when we started thinking, and why would I feel so low? Why would I not want to do more of what I'm doing? Why would I feel like quitting at that point of time? And that's when I thought of the fourth P. And a lot of you already got it. The fourth P is, if you've been in business for long enough, you can have the passion. You can get the people. You can also get the processes right. But at one point of time, we start forgetting our purpose of why we started. And that's something which was a revelation. We were lucky at the whole time of COVID. Atul and me could do two different things. Atul went into the execution part. My partner, Atul Choglekar, he started looking at the 4 disciplines of execution actually. And I did a course from Yale on basics of psychology. Because I knew that we would need both of them to do the next part of what we have to change. So I'm going to give you about a minute. And I'd like you to tell your neighbor, what's your purpose for your role in BNI? If you're an executive director, what's your purpose? why are you doing this as an executive director? If you're a national director, why are you doing it as a national director? Or if you're a director consultant, why have you taken this role as a director consultant? I'm going to give you about 1 minute, 30 seconds each way. Could you start now? Please do tell your partner, what's your purpose of doing what you're doing in BNI right